I'll go over the steps on how to turn your projects into the digital or class Dropbox. First thing I'll do is click my File Explorer, and I'm going to click on the K drive, Class CHS, and go into the Class CHS folder, follow the breadcrumbs, so to speak, to Art, and then you have options of Design Digital Art 1, 2, Advanced, whichever one you're in. It's going to look pretty similar once you get in there. I'm going to pretend that I'm in Design and Digital Art 1, double click here, go to the new curriculum, and then scroll down to Student Folders. Here you're going to choose your hours, so I have 5th hour students, signified by 1-5, and then 7th hour students, which are 1-7. Double click in 17 white, and then here's a list of my classmates, and then here's my folder right here. I graduated a while ago, so I don't have a graduation number on there. So I have my project right here, and if you watched the internet video, you're familiar with the cows picture. If not, it's just a picture of cows. I want to rename this, because if I turn this in and then there's like 300 other projects in the Dropbox, my teacher is not going to know who did this. So I'm going to double click slowly here. I don't want to delete the JPEG part. That suffix is the part that tells the computer what kind of file this is, so we don't want to mess with that. We just want to mess with the stuff that comes before the period. So I'll backspace here, and I'm going to title it first with my last name. So I'm going to say white, and then I'm going to put a space, and then I'm going to describe the project. If you were in my class, it would be Project 1 or Project 2 or photo story or Illustrator project or something like that. You would use some kind of descriptive language after writing your last name and then the space. For this, I'll just say cow project. We know that's not a real project, but it'll work for this demo. And I'll click off of it. So now it's properly labeled. And next, I'll go to File and open this in New Window. So open New Window, and I have 2 windows of the same thing. And one of them I'm just going to keep with my cow project up so I can see it. And the next one I'm going to follow, the same trail of breadcrumbs going into the class folder, Class CHS, Art, Design Digital Art, New, Student Folders, go into 17. It's almost the same. You're just going to scroll down, and then at the very bottom of each class folder, there's a Dropbox. Now, if you double-clicked this, you wouldn't be able to have access to it. So what you'll have to do is click and then drag your project so that it hovers over the Dropbox like this. And I know that it's hovering because of that blue bar that shows up and the note that says copy to 17 white. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to let go. It says these files might be harmful to your computer. No, they're not. So I'm going to say OK. And then if I were to open up the Dropbox right now, I would be able to see my cow project is in there for my teacher to grade. One thing that is worth mentioning as far as the Dropbox goes is that the program that you use to create your image cannot be open. So for example, if I have this cow project file up in Photoshop and tried to drag it and drop it into the Dropbox, it wouldn't let me. Another reason that it may not let you drag and drop into the Dropbox is that it has already dragged and dropped and saved. It'll only let you save one copy. You could try and slightly renaming it and dragging and dropping, or you can come and ask your instructor to check their Dropbox and see if it's in there. That is all you need to know for how to properly save your work in Design and Digital Art. Another thing to quickly mention is that most projects have a written component too. So you'll either get a packet or a rubric with reflection questions, and you're responsible for each project to fill out all of the necessary worksheets and self-assessments, etc., that go along with the project to be eligible for full credit in all of the project categories.